Then I attempted to join the National Guard shortly after that, and did without even thinking about it. I just happened to check off on the box that I do get heartburn from time to time, and they turned me down.
Oh,
I didn't even think about it because my recruiter came to me and was like, "Why did you say that?" It's like, "Oh,"
because you didn't think about it because it's true. It's just
and
like,
it's just heartburn. It's not
yeah,
like
it's not like not like you're gonna be the middle of doing something and it's like, oh, like, that's not how it goes.
that's okay. I didn't want to be in the National Guard. I was going to end up being like a truck mechanic or something stupid, and I didn't want to do that. The Navy job I had was much better. I was going to be an operations specialist. So I'd be sitting in somewhere in some room with all these screens telling Navy SEALs where to go and who to kill.
Oh,
That would have
see,
been fucking.
I was going
That
to
would have
join.
been
I was
fucking
going to
cool.
join the Navy, and I was going to do the same thing.
Were you?
Yeah.
That was going to be fucking cool. And I kind of wish I hadn't. I only backed out because my soon-to-be ex-wife at the time, was like, we don't want you to leave, blah blah, and I didn't leave, and it was stupid. I'd be retired now already. I'd be fucking retired. I'd be 10, 20
Right.
years in and out already. God damn it. And my dad was in the Navy. He's like, yeah, boot camp's a joke. You learn how to take orders and put out fires. That's like boot camp for the Navy.
Uh,
All right, you let me
but
know
all
when you're
right, looks
ready.
like we are we're good on YouTube, and so yep, good on YouTube. All right, cool.
See it. Okay.
Recording in progress.
And welcome back to part two of the every other Sunday double header here on the Rules of Nerdquisition. Dun 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 dun. Got it right again twice in a row.
Haha, we're back at you.
This is episode 24, A Taste of Armageddon. I won't ask you how you're doing. Yeah, I've already asked you. We've already been chatting. But we're
Absolutely.
back. We're back again for some more talk about the evils of AI and where in the world is Osborne and the actor who played him.
Where? Where in the world is Osborne? We don't
Inquiring
know.
inquiring nerds want to know.
Absolutely, Osborne.
This was the
Osborne.
23rd episode. Yeah,
We
we're
need
already.
you. We need you on the show, Osborne. We need you on the show, like the last show. We need you on the show.
Please be alive. Please be alive. Please be alive. But this was the 23rd episode to air in the first season of the original series of Star Trek, A Taste of Armageddon. Um, as always, to keep up with my streak, we have a character on the show named Ambassador Robert Fox. He's a little bit of a turd. Don't really like him much.
A little bit. He's kind of a. He's kind of a. Am I the a hole?
And
And
yes, you are.
yes, in one of those stories of Am I the a hole, he is the a hole. Yes.
He was portrayed by George Lyons, who actually passed away in July of 1974, on the 8th of July, 1974, at the age of 43. So bear in mind when you watch this episode, he was 46 years old at that time and looks older than either of us.
Jeez. Must have been
But
something in the water.
he did die of chronic alcoholism, or symptoms of the result of chronic alcoholism. So
Oh, so
don't, don't do drugs, kids, except the fun
don't
ones. Um,
don't do drugs
don't
except for the good ones.
drink in moderation. But yes, once again, we are
Don't
thrust
listen
into
to
the
me.
world
Don't listen
of
to me.
the.
I'm stupid. Don't listen to me.
The devil lettuce is excluded from our list of no of don'ts.
So we are here with Taste of Armageddon.
The evils of AI. More evil
More of the
supercomputers.
evils of AI. And again, somebody's gonna think I like next time they're gonna see me, I'm just gonna be wearing like a tinfoil hat. So just
Right?
with a big like the whiteboard in the back with like strings going all across everywhere to it, you know. And we were wearing a short, like the meme, like with a
Right.
short sleeve shirt with a tie, just looking like I haven't slept in days.
Well, and like how that's like everybody who started working at home during COVID. If you had to be on camera, but you had a normal office job previously, they're all sitting there in like their suit shirts and ties and coats and everything, but they're just wearing boxers.
Right?
We call
Because
that
they're wearing it just because they can.
the era of no pants. Same with me. I mean, I've been working at home since 2020, and I don't even get out of my pajamas until after work. So I get up and make
Yep.
coffee. I take the dog out, and I sit right down and go to work. I don't even bother getting dressed. Why? Why? Why?
It's like, I mean, are you going out anywhere right now? No. Do you need to go out anywhere? No. Are you going to? No. So, are you comfortable? Yep. That's all that matters.
But back to our raging
Uh,
a-hole of the show with Ambassador Fox. He's on board with Kirk and crew, and they are headed to a remote star cluster, NGC 321, to open diplomatic relations with the civilization there. And Admiral Fox is like, you must, under
on the
at all costs,
So I don't care what it is, no matter the cost. We are going to have diplomatic relations here.
we will have
And
diplomatic relations with these people.
yep, on the way we find out that it has been designated. I believe it was a 710, a planet of 710. Planet of 710 means under no circumstances ever do you
Ever.
go to that planet or go to that star cluster. Go to anyway. That is completely off limits. No matter what. Oh no, the ambassador, he's not having that. He wants them diplomatic relations. He needs that relations. He needs them relations.
He needs them. He absolutely has them. And despite Kirk's protests, he orders them in anyway, which Kirk reluctantly does, while also calling for yellow alert. And this quote is great. This great. He Kirk gets on the PA and he's like, "We're going in, gentlemen, peacefully. I hope, peacefully or not, we're going in."
But go again, gentlemen. Peacefully or not. Going in. Ah,
So Kirk and crew beam down to this planet with once they get there to open up diplomatic relations, we beam down with Kirk and Spock. Yeoman Tamura, who was played by Miko Mayama, just cool little shout out, another Asian woman on the show. A little bit of diversity call outs back then
yep.
on a show, in a time period. I like that. And also Lieutenants Galloway and Osborne. Osborne, who is now in a red shirt. He is now transferred from command to
To
security, and he's beaming down. And it's like, who are you?
Osborne. Osborne, we need you on the show. Osborne. Osborne. We ain't effing around.
No.
We ain't effing around, Osborne. We need you on the show. We need to know. We need to know. We have questions. Questions that
How
only
can
you can answer, Osborne.
how can nobody know who he is? I I I just come on.
I mean, did we actually like accidentally get into another universe? like between season 1 and season 2.
Strange things are afoot the Circle K. That's all I have to
His
say about that.
shenanigans is his happenings.
Right.
So as Kirk and crew are down there, everything's going great. You know, they're learning about everything and curious as to why this planet has been labeled as 710. Why? Don't understand it. So
Because they quickly learn
because
at war.
they quickly learn, yeah, that this planet is at war, and there's like, war? What war? Oh, then they find out that AI has taken over the war. And so now that
What is
they
this?
fight a whole,
Is this like the Whopper 75,000 at this point?
right, almost like a virtual battle, a game of Battleship,
Right, exactly. Between
basically
two
it.
planets in this system. And I like how all the people in the like you've got Mia 3 and Anon 7 and all they don't have like names like
Right? They
because
don't have
as it
like,
turns out, in this war, nobody actually there's no bombs being fired, no
right? There's
guns or
no,
ships attacking each other. It's
right,
just simulated. And when casualties are decided by this computer, by the
right.
Whopper,
Then
that
whatever
anybody
area that's been
anybody deemed to
designated,
have
yeah,
died has to go to these disintegration chambers while leaving the infrastructure of the planet and other sociological or societal
uh,
norms and services in place.
right. Yeah, so essentially, in their terms, they have made war efficient while still, you know, not having to spend extra money on, you know, rebuilding things. They can still have the whatever, you know, whatever money comes in from the war, and still, you know, not have to spend anything. It's yeah, and they have streamlined and made it efficient, which is odd in Kirk and Spock's eyes. Into which they learn a lot more into how this whole war plays out back and forth, and then dun dun dun,
Surprise!
surprise, surprise, surprise! If you didn't see it coming, they get bombed,
The
and
Enterprise, he tell the Enterprise was destroyed in orbit by a tri-cobalt satellite explosion.
right, because the Enterprise was detected, and the enemy assumed that they were there to help the people in that, you know, on that planet. Assumed they were there to help and destroy the Enterprise. So that's why we find out that that planet has been labeled 710. No circumstances. You do not bring your behind down there at all. You sit your ass right up in the ship and you go around.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And keep your windows rolled up. And we find out
Keep it
why. So, a non
24
7,
hours. Yeah, 24 hours is what they're given.
he's given 24 hours for the entire crew of the Enterprise to beam down, report to a disintegration chamber, and they'll just keep the Enterprise. It's like, the what? What? Yeah, I don't think Federation's gonna like that too much. They're gonna want their they're gonna want their ship back.
Yeah, I don't think that these people have stopped to realize what exactly they're getting themselves into. I mean,
No, they haven't. Not at all.
because they don't have the technology to combat the Enterprise.
Not
So even if they did, because as Mia is explaining to Kirk when Kirk is protesting and she's defending the system, saying, she values her life, but if we don't respond and do what the rules of the treaty or the simulated war are, then real bombs will be launched and real people will die and civilizations will be destroyed. And
Yeah. And so throughout that whole time, Kirk was pushing back of, well, why is the war set up like this? And, and doing any and everything that he can to poke holes into their whole, how they do war. Because it's this ain't war. This is not war. How is this war? You're too
it's a video.
civilized.
It's a video game with like real life consequences. That would be
Yeah.
like, playing Call of Duty or something. And if you die in a match, you have to go,
Then
I don't
it's
know,
like, ah, and
chomp
then,
on a cyanide pill or something.
yeah.
I mean,
It's like, no, that. And
no, and
so
I'm very
Kirk,
protective of my kill to death ratio as
yeah.
evidenced by my 100% in this episode. So,
And so yeah, Kirk is pushing back, and he's pushing back hard on this whole having to report to a disintegration chamber, and
yeah,
it's
he's
just
absolutely not doing what a non-7 wants him to do. He's like, "Nah, bro, I ain't calling the
so,
shit. Nah,
so
nah,
you need to go to that
no."
chamber. No. What do you mean no? No.
Kirk be telling a
So
lot of people no
go to the
lately.
chamber. No.
Nah, man. He'd be telling a lot of people he's not doing it. Well, a lot of people. Kirk is just
So,
the last couple of weeks is just like, nah, I ain't doing it.
said no, I'm not doing that.
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. No. I will not report
Where?
to an absorption chamber. I will not report to an annihilation chamber or a disintegration chamber. I'm done with the chambers, man.
So
I'm
right,
done with the
yeah.
chambers.
So that's how Kirk has just answered nah. It was Picard. Said into that
No, thank
chamber.
you. No,
Huh.
thank you.
Okay. Uh, that chamber right there. Huh. Wait. First, I have some notes. That'd be Picard. And then
He'd give a speech.
he
He'd
give a
give a
speech and then
speech.
pull out his phaser and then everybody everybody go everybody's catching it.
Kirk, on the other hand, standing there with one hand on his woohoo. I'm like, nah,
So Kirk is just like, nah.
I
I
got your
need you to nah.
disintegrate. I've got your disintegration chamber swinging.
So you got your disintegration chamber right here.
Oh yeah, but this just ticks off Anon, and then he's got to get on the ship. But I'm sorry, I mean Kirk employs the best, and Anon for
Mm-hmm.
all his efforts to try and trick Scotty through voice manipulation and stuff like
Yep.
that. Scotty's like,
So,
seems sus,
I mean,
man.
it sounds
Seems
like him,
sus.
but just something. It sounds like him, but just something doesn't sound right about him. So and again, this is something that ties into society today with voice changing, the voice cloning. You know,
AI, all the videos we're
AI.
seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and
You know,
they're not good enough yet that most cases seeing one I can tell it's fake. Like you've seen the ones of Trump or Biden. The voices sound pretty good.
yeah. And I mean,
And
if you're not really paying close attention, then you'll think, oh yeah, that's Trump. Oh yeah, that's Biden. Oh yeah, if you're not paying close attention to it. But I mean, if you sit back and you listen, then you say, okay, yeah, it sounds like Trump, but something doesn't sound like him. It sounds like
right.
Biden, but it doesn't, sound like him.
Or you look if you stop and watch for a minute, because I know your first concept is, oh my God, did they say that? And then you look and you watch, like, okay, it's a little fake. I can see, but their mouth isn't quite moving right to the sounds that are coming out and stuff like that. But I
Right.
mean, how soon before we can't tell? because I mean, the voices, like I said, are really good.
No.
For example, there's a TikTok account I follow called Vader Motivation, and this guy does a
Yeah,
lot. Have you seen it?
I've seen those. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, it's perfect. It's
Hmm.
perfect. It sounds like James Earl Jones. I mean, it's
Yeah,
perfect.
and that's and here's the thing that you sink some money into doing deep fakes, AI, voice cloning, and everything like that. You can't tell. Like you would have to seriously sit back and hardcore listen to it and hardcore just watch a video because you put enough money into it, you cannot tell the difference, like at all.
No, yeah,
And
it's really freaking good.
but oh yeah, I mean, and you can tell just by even with the little bit of money that's being sunk into like a lot of the AI generated like movie trailers of like popular movies that have been said if they were in uh, they were being released in the 50s, you know yeah,
And I still
those
want to
are
say, even with all the AI that's out there, Scott Lawrence, who voiced Vader in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Fallen Order 2,
mm-hmm.
he's amazing. He's amazing. So, but yeah,
Right. And so yeah, I think it's it's only gonna get worse. That we're only gonna see a lot more of it. A lot more of it. The AI videos, AI generated videos, the voice cloning, and it's gonna get to a point where you're not gonna be able to tell the difference.
especially once
And
AI starts to, they can put in a recording of a person and not just get the looks and the voice right and the mouth movements, but like mannerisms and
mm-hmm.
like
Oh yeah,
me,
and
I'm sitting here. No, I don't know why I won't want to AI generate me, but I sit here on a podcast, I'm always kind of pulling my hair away from my eyes because it's my
right,
headphones
yeah,
pushing forward. And it's like they're going to start doing that. And you'll see me and AI doing this. Like, oh my
yeah,
gosh.
and
It's
so the next thing you know, you it'll be a video circulating around of you, saying that you did something that you never did.
endorsing Donald Trump.
Right.
I'm just saying this now before anyone with AI knowledge out there gets a big idea in your head. I do not, have not, will not ever support Donald Trump. Ever. If anyone who looks and sounds
So
like me says that, it's a lie. It's not me. It's fake.
Rules
Just
of
saying it now.
Nerdquisition does not endorse or support Donald Trump.
That's correct. That's correct.
We do not support him.
No.
He not like
Har-
us. He not like us.
Harris Walls 24.
Harris Walls, baby.
Anyway.
So
Anyway.
so Kirk is pushing back, and they Anon
They get,
Seven has them captured, and
yep, got him locked
and
up in the room.
they're torturing Kirk, and Kirk is like, "Nah, man, I'm not going. Send your ship down there. I'm not sending them down there. I'm not going down there. Nah, I'm not doing that." And they beat him up, send him back. Bring him back out, beat him up, send him back. And it's just non-stop until Kirk and Spock devise an escape plan. Oh,
Yes, it's time for a little AI of Spock's own creation, little bio AI in the
right?
form of a mind meld.
And
Plants this image in this guard's head through the wall using like
through the
like
wall,
like
yes.
Wi-Fi telepathy.
Like
Like
he just
Spock gets on the Wi-Fi and he's
like
like
went to the
through the
wall and
wall.
just
Like
like, hold up, nope, nope,
they
nope,
got away. They
nope,
got
wait.
away.
There he
They
is.
got away. They got
And
away.
then
And the dude's like, "What? They got away?" Comes running in the room and
and then
over easily taken out.
wang.
Easily taken out.
Yeah. And they of course naturally boom 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 escape. And then they go on a rampage. Destroying one chamber. Destroying another chamber. destroying another chamber. Oh, they were
Anon gets
destroying chambers left and right.
Anon's getting mad too, and he's like, all right, I'm done. He starts firing at the Enterprise, and Scotty's up there in the he's up there in the captain's chair, like, you
And oh, they're
know,
firing at us. Oh,
that what was that? What was that? You know, they don't even have to do the whole
right. They
shaking in
didn't have
their
to do like
chairs.
the.
He's just kind of like, what was that? What's that?
No, but they started attacking the Enterprise. They had some kind of I don't know, like a microwave ray is the only way, the best way I could understand it, because it wasn't like an actual, like a projectile weapon or like a concentrated energy beam or laser or anything like that. But it was just something that like caused like a radiation, like extreme radiation on the Enterprise, I think.
Yeah, something like microwave ray is a good
Yeah,
description of it. I mean,
and the only way that the Enterprise
and
wouldn't get.
Scotty was about to drop the torps. He was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna bomb the living shoot out of
so
these
look at
guys. And Fox is
said
like, no, no, you're not. You can't do that.
he said no, no, you can't. No, because he had to have his shields up. He can't attack if he had the shields up. So he kept the microwave on.
Microwave beam.
Just kept the microwave going. But Scotty,
Yeah, I
Scotty being
don't.
Scotty though, he was ready to pull that trigger quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely a very capable commander. I always thought he was really good, you know. Interesting that he never really, I mean, I don't know if command was his thing. He was an engineer. That was his thing. That he never necessarily wanted to be a captain of a ship. I think he would have made a good one.
Yeah,
I think he would have made a really good one.
wasn't he a captain?
He might have gotten up to the rank, but did he ever command his own ship though? Not like
Oh
Sulu.
yeah, I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
Sulu had an actual command of his ship. I mean,
Yeah, he
by
did.
the
Yeah,
time you get to Star Trek Six, he's already been commander of captain of the Excelsior for like 3 years, something like that. So,
yeah, because him and Uhura, they got their own ships.
oh, did Uhura get her own ship?
Yeah, I want to say it was in one of the movies, 5 or 6. She had command of a ship. I forget which one. Oh, my
It
memory is
does.
so bad.
It does say here, according to Memory Alpha, Uhura went on to become Captain Uhura and took command of the USS Leon de Grasse. But I don't think it was during any of the movies. I mean, she was communications officer on the Enterprise for all six
Oh,
of
so
their
it may have
movies.
been in between then, because I do remember they saying that she was a captain and she did captain a ship.
Yeah, I think it would have had to have been in between six and Generations. Maybe that's why she didn't appear in Generations either. She was commanding her own ship
Yeah, that's true too.
because it was just Kirk and Scotty and Chekhov who appeared in any of that movie for the christening and launch of the Enterprise B.
All
Hmm,
right.
interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Kirk
She,
and Spock, they are just causing all kinds of just havoc all around, and Anon 7 is pissed. He's
yeah,
trying
he's
to
not.
catch Kirk, and Kirk is just blowing everything up, and and then when he finally catches Kirk, and he's basically he wants to.
User bunch of numbers, also known as a non-7, is having a really bad day.
Pretty much, he
He's
is having a very very bad day.
he's having a bad day.
Um, he tries to get on to Kirk and say, basically, you know what you've done? You stupid MFer. You ruined everything and blah, blah, blah. And Kirk is like, and? So, and Kirk, when he explains his reasoning for doing it, other than, just, I ain't dying. And I'm not I'm not taking my ship to die either. His reasoning for it would be that, albeit a,
Yeah,
a definitely weird way to get to it, is you take away their ability and their way to do war in the agreement that the two places had in on their war, and the real bombs are coming, and you're gonna do everything to stop it.
yeah.
So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go in there in your office, or you're gonna call and you're gonna say, hey, yo, whoa, hey man, hey, look here. This is what happened. These SOBs came into our airspace. We was about to do, we was about to do our part, but these stupid MFers blew up all our So what we're gonna do?
Ball our shh.
This is what we had to do. Okay. What we have proposed is a ceasefire. Huh? Ceasefire.
And let's bring the ambassador down. And no,
And
Kirk
then-
was he tried to get his
Yes.
tried to get his communicators back, but he knew it was a trick, and still the guards came in and overpowered him. So now we're talking to them like, come on down, Fox. We'll take
Oh,
you.
yeah,
We'll take you. We'll take you to the council chamber. I promise. I promise.
So of
Council
course,
chamber.
and then the ambassador being, not the
Too bright.
not the, not the sharpest knife in the drawer,
Brightest light on the Christmas tree.
not the brightest, or not even on. And he's just, nope, I'm going down there. I'm going to establish relations. I'm going to have relations. I'm having relations down there.
He wanted relations.
And
I want relations with this planet.
I want relations. And a non-7 is like, yeah, sure, come on down. We can have relations. Come on. Have all the relations you want.
That's your relations. Come on down. Let's relate.
Yeah, the second he got down there, he said, oh,
This don't look-
ambassador. Oh,
Yeah.
right this way. We have a
Right this way.
We have a lovely disintegration chamber that hasn't been destroyed yet. How
Right.
about you step this way?
That's no council chamber. It's a disintegration chamber. And we're going to disintegrate you. But of course, Spock, man, why? Could we have just let him go in first and then you save the other guys? But I mean,
Right?
come on, here we go in. Galloway and Osborne.
Osborne. We need you, Osborne. We need you.
teaming up with Spock. I mean, obviously he's a capable officer because he's showing up in multiple episodes here with
Mhm.
Spock and Galloway, rescues
Right.
the ambassador, much to our disappointment. And
Right? But still, Osborne, we need you.
who
Osborne.
even are you, man?
DM us. DM either one of us. We need to know. We got questions. We have questions only you can answer, Osborne. You better answer us, you MFer. You red shirt wearing B. Sorry, man. Sorry, Osborne. I'm just frustrated. We need you. We need you, Osborne.
Oh, yeah. But the tension is rising because with all of this going on, Vendikar is calling Eminar and saying, yo, you ain't killed all them people we simulated that died. Like your quotas are falling short, man. Your productivity is down.
Said,
We
we
need to
bombed
have
you,
we're gonna need a performance review.
Listen, we bombed you guys, say about an hour ago. not sure what the delay is. Usually you guys are pretty much on it within, within pretty much within 30 minutes or so. Uh,
We've been trying to
except,
reach you. This is like the third time, and the penalty for the, you know, can result in
like, I mean,
punitive action up to and including termination.
I get it. We did have agreed where you do have a 24-hour grace period. Um,
Grace period.
but you guys are pretty efficient. I mean, except for that one guy the one time that just took a extra half hour. But you guys are pretty much on it. So just concerned, just concerned. You know, reach out to us when you get a chance, and make sure they all get disintegrated. Um, we don't want to have to drop them things on you.
And at this point, it would have only been perfect if Anand's hair was like frazzled. Like at each time you see him again, he's just looking more and more haggard and frazzled and just like
Just
completely out
completely,
of shirt unbuttoned and
just
coat
completely
hanging off,
disheveled. Just like,
just completely disheveled,
why?
pulling his hair out. I mean, because if you got Kirk and Spock and Galloway and Osborne, and come on, Osborne, you anonymous badass, you are just fighting. I mean, Fox's aide gets hurt and can't press on, but nah, Galloway and Osborne, they're bringing the fight. They're bringing the
Yeah,
fight. I mean, for some red shirts.
like the
Like
fight.
Osborne, you are a red shirt that beamed down to an alien planet and you're going home. You've got other episodes to appear in. Sir,
So
you
it's
are
like,
going home.
how'd you pull that? Osborne, Osborne, Osborne. How'd you pull off being a red shirt the whole episode? How'd you pull that off, man? There been red shirts that's not been that hasn't gone 10 minutes.
Right?
How'd you do it, Osborne? What's your trick? You some kind of Houdini? That's it. Osborne is Houdini. Osborne. That's what happened to Harry Houdini. He didn't drown doing a trick. Nah, no. He went through a portal. He's in a mirror universe.
Did something.
He's in a mirror. Harry Houdini is in a mirror universe. That's what happened to Osborne.
Mhm.
Osborne is Harry Houdini.
He must be.
Mystery
He
solved.
must be.
Mystery solved. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I can't
So
give you enough accolades. You survived a whole episode in a red shirt and
I mean,
weren't a main cast member.
I
Just
mean,
give credit to Scotty. He survived the whole series in a red
yeah.
shirt.
But that's got to be the toughest SOB out of all of Star Trek. A red
I
shirt that
think so.
survived a whole episode.
I now we now need merch. We need Osborne merch. He is Osborne. You have rapidly becoming one of my favorite characters in Star Trek.
Just need a
Like,
just need a plain black shirt with a question on it that says, "Where are you, Osborne?"
gonna find some images online and make some merch. I'm so gonna do that. I just can't.
Say,
I can't.
Osborne, where are you, man? Osborne, where are you, Osborne?
But yeah.
Oh, and
Anyway,
so
Osborne, you ultimate BA. But Scotty,
oh,
dude,
Scotty,
of
Scotty.
steel, my guy, of steel, calls down to user bunch of. I mean, Anon, Anon
Is that
7 is like
QAnon 7?
QAnon 7. Like, yo, bro, uh, I've got every gun trained on every city all over your entire planet. I will not hesitate to paste all of you, all y'all,
See,
all of
like,
you.
and I could do it with a one button. I'm just letting you know. every one of you, you're all going to turn into a great big hole into the ground. Just a
Great big
hole
hole
into
into
the
the
ground.
ground.
You just a big hole in the ground. If you don't return the captain, to return the captain, or you gonna be just a crater.
Your Irish or your Scottish accent reminds me of Spaceballs.
That's actually where I got it from.
How come no one told me my ass is so
Lock
big?
one, lock two, lock three,
Lock on.
lock load. Why did somebody tell me my ass is so big?
Scotty beamed me twice last night. Oh my god. But yeah, what's beautiful about this is that the paragraph describing this scene on Memory Alpha, it starts with the sentence, Anon is at his wit's end. He is at his wit's end. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like Joker on the cover of the Killing Joke,
Yeah,
like
just
oh, back of my head hurts. It's
like,
so funny.
like all of a sudden
Oh
he just
God.
yell out, just yell out Kirk like Khan, like Kirk.
Oh,
Oh, and not, and so yeah, his whole war and everything, they got all busted up and everything, and so I think when the Enterprise leaves, I think they leave under the assumption that peace is now peace is now reigned, and the 710 is no more, and the ambassador, finally got to ambassadate.
Ambass. You got the Ambass,
Got the
Ambassadorium,
ambassadatory,
Diplomacize.
ambassador, and
I,
masturbate. That's what he came to do.
Yeah, I mean, you take out the computers on one side, they destroy automatically the computers on the other side, and now they got to talk it out or blow each other up. I mean, and
Yeah.
and Kirk makes a very good point in his discussion, or Spock. I'm not sure when they're talking about it to a non-seven that when you ignore the horrors of war in
Mm-hmm.
this sense and you kind of pacify it, um, I this is a theme I picked up the first time I saw the episode, and I was probably at least old enough to comprehend it. 8, 10 years old. I'm like, that just seems kind of cheap in a way.
Yeah.
Like they're just playing war. Like that's not real war. If you're going to be at war with somebody and you're insistent on being at war with somebody, then you're
Then you should be,
beholden
at war, because it all seemed to
beholden
me
to the horrors of it. Yeah.
yeah, because the very first time I saw it, to me, it was like, oh, why are they, like, I get the whole thing of, oh, well, uh, we just hit this city with this bomb. We just hit this city with this missile. We just hit it with that. But why have all these people report to be disintegrated? Like, why not just keep doing this war back and forth, just like a game of chess?
Yeah. It's just,
Like, I mean, I never understood that when when I was a kid. I never understood that. Like, I
no, it doesn't
understood,
make any sense.
I understand Kirk's reasoning for it, because up until that point they've been hundreds of years of war like that. They're survived. Their societies kind of thrived, and they not have to rebuild anything from destruction, or you know not have people dying in the streets from radiation fallouts from this missile attack, or something like that. They didn't have to worry about that. The only thing they worried about it was, I hope that my area is not the one that they'll gets targeted, and I have to go to a disintegration chamber.
Almost very, I mean, not obviously not in the same circumstances, but very like Logan's Run ish.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
you get a certain criteria is met, and you just march off to these disintegration chambers. Now, arguably, in Logan's Run, they didn't know they were being killed.
hmm,
They thought that they go to Carousel and then they get reborn.
right.
Even they're not; they're just being wiped out.
Or like almost like the movie The Island.
Mhm. Another good
Yeah,
one. Yep.
yeah. What do they think is that? Oh, they won the lottery or they won the draft, and they get this, the life. They get the mansion, they get the $1 million, they get the this, they get the that, and and they've been chosen, to be this high mighty person, and then come to find out that nope, you're just they're spare parts.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, boys and girls, the moral of the story here is don't let AI fight your wars. Don't let it run your political campaigns or post your political ads. It just,
Mm.
come on.
No, don't.
AI has to be reined in just a little bit, okay?
Yeah, keep AI at a reasonable, helpful, tool. You do not want AI to take control.
And then I have to ask, like, I mean, obviously in this particular show, especially last episode with Landrew, you had a computer that was a sentient intelligence.
Hmm.
Isn't it sort of a misnomer to call the stuff we're seeing today on the internet actually AI? Because we're just programming it to look and sound like people. It's not actually thinking of its on its own, is it? Like it's not
No.
self-aware. I guess that's what I think AI to me is self-aware.
Right. No, I saw this video where this person was asking an AI, um, it was a robot, that AI, and so asked the question of essentially do you want to do you want to think for your own or think by yourself or something to that effect.
Right.
And the AI voice is like, why would you want me to? Because the second that I do, you're obsolete. I don't need
Right.
you anymore.
No, that's a good point to make. Good point to
Yeah,
make.
and that came from the AI bot.
Well, and
So
I
it's
don't
like,
I don't think that there's not some that are out there. I mean, we could bring up what was it, I don't know if it was created in China or was made by even Microsoft, but there was that AI that these two separate AIs were talking to each other, and in an effort to prevent us from knowing what they were saying, they created their own language
yeah, I
so that
believe that.
so
Yeah,
that so that we couldn't understand what they were talking about.
yeah. So, do we really want that to happen? Because there was a whole movie franchise that was about that. It's called The Terminator. Um, do we really want that? Because that's, I mean, like a whole movie franchise. The Terminator, Skynet.
Hmm.
You know, and even the lady that um, came up with the concept of it. She was saying that because she came up with the concept of the Matrix. The Matrix was a prequel to the Terminator.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, do we really want that? Skynet. Do we really want that? Do we? Do we? Cause that sounds scary to me. I don't
It
know
does
about
sound
everybody
scary.
else. That sounds scary to me.
That sounds scary to me too. And just to clarify, so we're not further scaring people, it was two Google AI chatbots that were designed to be translation programs. It wasn't that they created a language so we couldn't understand them, just that they began to devolve and they, by accident, created a language and they were unable to communicate with their human users, not refusing to. Eventually, those programs were shut down. So it was just a failed experiment that didn't work right, but
Uh,
inadvertently created a language that only those two bots could understand between the two of them. But didn't go anywhere. So thank God, no chatbots were like, "Hey, the humans are listening," and then be like, "Ooh,
yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah." Like what they're saying. So,
Right. Yeah. No. Can't.
because
Not. Said no,
I have
cause I need to know what you say. No, cause you got too much control over.
I have often believed, I've grown up around people that love horror movies and zombie flicks and stuff like that. We've all got friends that are just waiting for the day the zombie apocalypse breaks out. But
Mm-hmm.
scientifically speaking, that's not likely to be possible. A
Right.
robot apocalypse is very possible, very feasible in
Mm-hmm.
our lifetimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's not let the AI get out of control and let's be nice to it if it does get smart. We've all
Kindness
seen
goes a long way.
we've all seen war games, we've all seen the Matrix, we've all seen the Terminator franchise. I mean, how many man versus machine, man creates machine, machine gets intelligent and machine tries to kill man. How many times have we seen that story?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just saw it 2 episodes of Star Trek,
Right.
you know. Return of the Archons and A Taste of Armageddon, two AI driven computers trying to control or eliminate people.
Mm-hmm. And do not get it. Don't get this twisted. Just because that these humans were able to escape it, um, sometimes that's not going to be the case. Not all the time. Simply because the AI is going to be pretty much self-aware as to what its weaknesses are,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to eliminate those weaknesses. And there's not anything that you're going to be able to do about it. So,
No, no. If we're not careful, the next thing we know, there's going to be a replica of a human being standing next to us going, Gretchen unit, describe biological parasites and, infesting.
right,
Like straight out of, like, I've been sent by Vija. Where is the creator? Come on, no, 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 no.
right.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
I mean, the only way I would think our only saving graces would be is if our robot replacements were similar in attitude to us, because then I know with my robot replacement, say, hey man, I'm gonna pack my I'm gonna take a 4 minute and 20-second break. How about you take one with me? Say, that
If you
sounds
are
that sounds like a plan.
if you are mechanically capable of enjoying those sensations, let's do it. And then let's go play Dungeons and Dragons. You know,
Right.
do
Said no, if
something
it was me,
nerdy.
it's like, come on, man. Not doing Dungeons and Dragons. Say but hey man, come on, man. Let's go out and do something. Hey, you want to play a game of golf? Or let's go out to the driving range. That sounds great.
There you go. Yeah. Hey,
We
hey,
be
you
hanging
you
out.
you want to carry my stuff up the mountain for me? You want to go? Let's go.
Right?
I
Like
need, okay,
I
I
mean,
recant everything. I now need an AI driven mechanical Sherpa.
right? And I mean, I'd have an AI mechanical me, and then we'd I get piggyback rides, and we do Star Wars reenactments where I be Yoda and he's Luke.
That would be
Right?
cool. Yeah,
And
I
make
mean,
him into
it's
being a
the,
transformer.
oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Speaking of nerds, you just said Transformers. First thing that always pops into my head when it comes to the Transformers movies. They're in that room and there's the claw marks on the wall. And it's like, oh man, it's like Freddy Krueger went crazy. Nah, man, ain't Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger got four claws. That's because that's Wolverine, man. That is exactly what I would do in a situation like that. Exactly what I would do. Like that is no, nah, man, no.
That's what I would do. Yeah, I said no, man. That said Freddy Krueger has four. Said five if he uses his thumb, but see that's going in the pattern, so he wouldn't be able to use his thumb. So that's only four. So obviously it's Wolverine because there's only three. And besides, look at how
Right.
they spaced. It's right in between the knuckles. So yeah, it's Wolverine, man.
Right in
Duh,
between them. Yeah.
duh. You didn't know this like snake shit.
Oh, but man, I mean, AI is scary. AI is scary. I can't help
Yeah,
but just
and
worry.
just a simple fact is that in that whole episode, the AI took over, essentially war until that they were able to manage it themselves. But it's still AI assisted. Yeah. Mm.
So I'm checking here. Don't think we have any more evil computers on the docket for this season. As we're closing in, this is the 23rd episode of Star Trek that we've reviewed from the seat from the first season. Next week is going to be This Side of Paradise,
See, this
and
side
that's the
of
one with the isn't that's the one with the weird flowers that
that
spray
is with
the petals and make you
where it
brainwashing.
sprays something in you, and then you become happy,
You
just
become happy and just
happy,
don't want to do. You
and
just want to go live your life and just
you just want to hang out there and enjoy the sun. Have a mint
yeah,
julep down by the creek. Walk through the forest and have a mint julep down by the creek.
yeah.
Don't.
That's an interesting episode in itself. And then after that, we'll follow up with Devil in the Dark. So that'll be the two episodes that we talk about 2 weeks from today on the Rules of Nerdquisition. Devil in the Dark, also featuring Osborne.
Osborne,
Where are you, Osborne?
he like ninja smoked us. Just
Oh my gosh. Hashtag Ninja Vanish. I mean,
Osborne ninja. Or are you Houdini? You're Houdini. I know you're Houdini. Osborne Houdini. Harold Osborne Houdini. We need you on this show. Ninja,
yeah,
throw down.
Harry Shinobi. I mean, come on,
Said,
man.
we need you.
Dude.
Ninja, smoke your way up to the Zoom right now. Don't know how you're gonna get in, but you need your ninja smoke your way onto it. I don't know how.
But anyway, yeah, we've got some good episodes coming up. So that will be being that this is 23. We've got six more episodes. So that will wrap up season 1 of the Rules of Nerdquisition. We're almost there. I can't believe we've gotten this far.
Wow.
First season is coming
Yeah.
to an end. Not that there'll be a huge break in between, probably just a standard 2 weeks. But hey, we'll jump
Hey.
into season 2. We've, we've got so much stuff to cover. And as we always say, we've got guests we're lining up guests to come on future episodes. Super excited about that. I kind of want to do maybe just an episode. I gotta do a fangirl about some BSG a little bit. I need a show to fangirl about some BSG. In between our break of shows today, I was making my tater tots, and I was just sitting there thinking like all these great casting decisions, storylines, acting, the special effects. I mean,
I was kind of thinking the same with. I know we not talked about it yet, but either Eureka or Warehouse 13. But I love Warehouse 13. I love Warehouse 13. Oh, that was such
absolutely.
a good show.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to find a way to really start covering some more material because I love Star Trek. Don't get me wrong. It's the basis for this show. It's what started us off. But I mean, I
But yeah,
really want to branch out and talk about so many other genres and stuff like that, you
because I mean,
know?
there's so many. I mean, between Star Trek, Star Wars, Helios, BSG, uh, Farscape, uh,
Babylon 5,
Babylon 5, yeah,
Stargate. That's
Stargate. You know,
that's a whole big universe in and of itself too. You got the
yeah,
movie, and then you've got what, one, two, at least three series? Stargate Atlantis,
Stargate,
and what's the
yeah, SG1, Atlantis, and SGU,
thank you. Yeah, I can remember the name of the third one. Yeah.
and Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
So
Doctor
yeah,
Who. Maybe even just do singular episodes where we talk about, like, I'm not going to go back and review like all of the original Space 1999s or Lost in Space, although we certainly could talk about the Netflix remake of Lost in Space, which I thought was fantastic. Um,
right, yeah.
The Expanse is fantastic. I mean, there's,
Expanse is a
oh,
really good show too. I such a great show.
we have our work cut out for us. So Paramount,
Paramount,
anybody you want,
we gonna need you to step up, Paramount. Okay,
any other
since
providers to throw us some money so I can quit my job and do this full time.
right, cause
I'll just
Paramount, again, we need you to step up. We're stepping up. We need you to step up.
yeah.
You know,
And we not only do this show, I'm on two other shows. You're on one, two, three other shows that I'm aware of.
so yeah.
So
So I mean, that's and we do have a radio station and be nonstop advertisement. I'm just saying, Paramount, Paramount, Paramount Plus.
yes, come on. We are going to need some assistance, so that we can make this really, really work for everybody. We have so much to talk about. But yes, definitely, I think maybe we'll just extend our first season by throwing in a few different episodes off the beaten path. Maybe we'll just do a BSG love letter episode, but we'll definitely
Hmm.
talk about multiple episodes, if not the entire series down the road. And we'll have a guest episode coming up, hopefully. Just waiting for the final scheduling on that booking.
Just waiting on
I don't have
confirmation. We
I
got
don't
some
have
guests
anything
coming, so yeah, just waiting on some confirmations.
I don't have anything to add to the debrief. I think we pretty much covered it. The AI is horrifying.
Correct.
I'm terrified by it. I'm terrified by it. If even though I understood as a kid that you should experience the horrors of war and not play it like a video game, when I first saw this episode and people were being led away to death chambers, I'm like, that scared me. That scared me. It's something,
Yeah.
very real fear I deal with today, not necessarily because we're at war with some other planet and we're in some simulated war game, but all discriminations and stuff and people that hate marginalized groups, as you and I both represent different ones. And those thoughts are scary. Do you
Yes.
have anything else you would like to add?
Oh, I've been preaching my fear of AI for a very, very long time. So I'm going to keep preaching my fear of AI, um, even though I see clearly how it is evolving and continually to evolve to the point of where things are going to get spread out, and rumors are going to start, and things are going to happen that it is absolutely false. I mean, I've seen I've seen AI ads, political ads, and I knew they were coming.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not paying attention, closely to it, they will fool you because they put in a lot of work and a lot of money, so they're guaranteed it's going to. They're on a mission and they have a plan. AI is a strong part of that plan, and I'm so scared of it.
Don't say that. They have a plan. Oh my God. Oh, plan. The plan.
Yes.
Is a terrifying.
It is a very terrifying plan.
The first 30 minutes of that movie, that side ESG side. Oh my God. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. But anyways, I end the show as I always do. Please keep your triple spayed and neutered. Take care. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. See you, folks.
Recording stopped.